What's happening, guys? So I got a really fantastic question that somebody sent me on Instagram the other day, showing me a picture that somebody posted about a reverse diet where this person lost a lot of weight during the reverse diet, and it was really confusing. And they kind of wondered, well, why is it that some people lose weight during a reverse diet? Because as you probably know, that's not really the point of a reverse diet. A reverse diet is to increase your metabolism, and we need to raise your calories over time and probably reduce some cardio and get your body into a better spot metabolically. So why is it that occasionally we'll see these pictures of people who lose sometimes a lot of weight during the reverse diet? So it's a good question, and I have basically two reasons why this happens. And I think the most common reason is probably more to do with better adherence than really just the increase in calories, right? So a lot of times people will be really inconsistent with their nutrition. So they'll say, yeah, I'm eating, say, 1,200 calories a day, which is obviously a pretty low amount of calories for the majority of people. So that's kind of their goal, but they don't really hit that. So maybe they'll hit 1,200 calories per day for 5 days a week, and then on the weekend they just totally blow it and don't pay any attention and maybe eat 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 calories. Who knows how many calories, right? So the consistency isn't there. They're eating really low calories when they're trying, but then they go through periods of binging and kind of repeat this process, and basically they get nowhere. In fact, they usually kind of go backwards because of these binging tendencies and overeating. So what can happen is, now that we're going through a reverse diet, the focus has changed. We're not trying to restrict calories anymore. We're not trying to lose weight anymore. We're now shifting focus to building your metabolism, building muscle, improving your relationship with food, all sorts of more positive associations than just weight loss. And by doing this, something clicks in the mind, and now we start hitting our numbers. So calories come up a little bit, you feel better about that, you hit your calories every single day, and now all of a sudden you're just nailing your macros, which you weren't before. So because of this increased adherence or consistency to the plan, now you're actually in a deficit when we're trying to increase calories and you start to lose weight. So even though we keep increasing calories a little bit each week, you continue to lose because you're still technically in a deficit. You're just being much more consistent with your nutrition now, and you're not having these binges anymore, and you're not overeating and going through all the ups and downs. The consistency is a big part of it. So I think that's probably the number one reason. And then the number two reason why this would happen, and it does happen sometimes, and it's just basically flat out, your metabolism increases at a faster rate than we increase calories. So sometimes, especially when somebody is really lean, it seems like reverse diets work really well. So if you've been low calorie but you're really lean, and now we start bringing calories up and you're really consistent with it, the body is just like, yes, give me these calories, and it just starts getting into a better place hormonally, metabolically, all these different things. So especially if you've been really restrictive and you're consistent with your restriction, and now you're in a spot where your hormones are all out of whack and everything because of dieting, which is going to happen, all right? You're going to see some hormonal adaptations and some metabolic adaptations anytime you diet hard. So now you're starting to recover a little bit, and the body's starting to get into a more efficient manner, and it's going to process things way better, and therefore your metabolism starts to increase at a faster rate than whatever calories we're actually giving you. Plus, you have to keep in mind too, now you're starting to get more calories, now you're starting to feel better, you're starting to get more energy, you start to become more active, you start to move around more. Maybe before you were so tired from the hard dieting and all the cardio that you just laid around on the couch most of the time if you're at home, and you just lounged around and didn't ever really want to do anything. Now you're feeling better, now you're moving around, you're more active, you're going for walks, you're skipping around, and you're more upbeat, and you're expending more calories because you have more energy from the increased calories. So you're now expending more on top of the fact that you're working from a more efficient place metabolically, if that makes sense. So I guess it's kind of like a threefold reason. You know, better consistency, increased metabolism, and more expenditure from feeling better. Right, so those are the main reasons why you would see that. Now I want to make clear again that the goal of a reverse diet is not to lose weight initially. It's to put you in a position so that you can lose weight better down the road. But the main point of a reverse diet is to get yourself into a better position so that you are in a position metabolically, and now you can make some calorie cuts down the road, and now you're in a position where you can start losing, versus always being in the on again off again dieting where your metabolism never really recovers and you can never lose because you're in just a terrible spot metabolically. So just want to be clear about that. But as always, any questions, let me know, and I will talk to you later.
I'm addicted to the love that you're giving. Every minute, every day I've been craving.